Hey P2, do you want to hear some trivia?
Oh, mate, I love a good game of trivia.
Guess what happens when a chook and two pelicans get together?
What's that, mate?
A clucking good time. That's right, you pelicans. The wobbly chook has jumped on board, keeping the bird presence strong. Whether you like a pale ale, brown ale, IPA, or a lager, the wobbly chook has you catered. Crafted from Yamba's finest chooks.
Better still, Mick, how do we get some wobbly chook?
That's easy, P2. Jump online at www.wobblychookbrewingco.com or pop in to 26 Cole Street in the heart of Yamba.
And have a clucking good time.
Cluck out.
Cuckoo! Always remember, don't be a mud gudgeon and drink responsibly.
Welcome back to another episode of the Two Pelicans podcast. So you could have just missed that.
G'day, you pelicans.
Here he was. He was sort of hung up on his door.
Go and have a good time with them a bit later on.
Pelicans landing in 3, 2, 1.
Righto, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Two Pelicans podcast. I'm Mick.
I'm Bo.
And we are the Two Pelicans, here to make fishing great again. One cast, one throw, one lure, one memory, one chook at a time. And, look, massive shout out to the Wobbly Chook for supporting us here. Look, we're a big fan of the mother clucking mids. A bit of a mid man. We sort of drive from A to B in the country town. So mid strength's a great option, and nothing like swallowing a chook.
Yeah, no, that was my first mouthful for the day, and it went down a treat. Oh, what a week it's been,
mate. This is the first time in a very, very long time where I've actually come onto this, and I am fucking flustered. Like, I've just been flat out learning a whole heap of stuff. Work related, of course, nothing exciting, probably for a lot of people, but mate, so we had
pays the bills.
It pays the bills, and look, unfortunately, over the weekend we tried to do a bit of trial and error. Well, it ended up just being error, really. For some reason, I couldn't really figure it out. Look, a particular person over, and we will get this person online when the time's right, but we tried to reach out to the guys that were over at the Bassmaster Classic over there in Texas, just to have a bit of a yarn to them while they were over there. I think it was when we were doing it was just after, I think it was the second day weigh-in. So, but yeah, look, things just didn't go the way that I wanted to. We tried, and massive shout out to Nick as well, which I've just named, because he didn't give up either. It was weird. He could see and hear me, but I couldn't see and hear him, and that just wasn't going on to our podcasting system. So it was just absolutely gutted. But yeah, we'd like to thank Nick for that time that he took out to try and make that happen. I think
Craig and Sue Templar as well.
Yes, yeah. So I don't know whether we've got some spies looking down on us that wouldn't let us communicate.
Fuck Optus.
Yeah, fuck Optus. Mud Gudgeons of the week, probably.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, actually, they are again the Mud Gudgeons of the week. I think I've called these guys out before. I don't know where. Oh, I was in Coffs Harbour there the last couple of days, and I was driving between, I don't know how do you say it, like the backlink to the airport back from Park Beach Plaza there.
Oh, the $3 million half a roundabout.
Yeah. And mate, it sort of got all tacky. The reception got tacky, and I'm thinking, like, man, this is still Coffs Harbour. Like,
well, I'm at the racecourse there. I've been working at the racecourse there at Spare Chef, and the missus will call me up, and it'll be like she's in bloody North Korea or something. It's ridiculous.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Yeah, righto. So anyhow, Mud Gudgeons of the week. Jeez, we got that out of the way real quick. Thanks, Optus. Yeah, I think we're looking for a Telstra contract. Telstra, do you want to sponsor the Two Pelicans? That'd be great. But just don't rip me off like you did last time. So all good. Mate, Bo, what have you been up to, man?
I'm excited.
You're excited?
I'm excited. And it's weird too, because I'm excited for a Brim comp.
I haven't even had a chance to be excited about this Brim comp. Haven't thought about it. I did a lot of retying the other week on the weekend because I knew I was going to be away up until now. Just for everyone's knowledge, I've just pretty much walked in the door. I haven't seen the family for a couple of days and just walked straight in the door here and started recording. I'm obviously I don't know whether it's a good thing or bad thing. That's sort of back down the back of my mind at the moment, but I'm sure it'll be front of mind by tomorrow afternoon. That's for sure. But going bream fishing. So let's have a bit of a yarn about that.
Yeah.
It's because I guess it's sort of our news is going to be what we're up to, I suppose,
what we're
because there was meant to be a bass comp on this weekend.
Yeah, there was meant to be a bass comp on this weekend, and Paul's made the right decision, I believe.
Mhm.
There is some water that is going to be coming down,
Right.
and where we want to fish and the comp is round, it probably is going to be a little bit unsafe. But where we are,
Yep.
down the bottom,
Mhm.
a bit of a metre and a half rise will only end up being like 20, 30 centimetres down there. So
Yeah, okay.
we should be good.
All right. So yeah, we'll just unpack that a bit because this will come up on Friday early. Now a lot of guys will probably pre-fish the Friday. We're obviously recording Wednesday, so I guess the thing is,
Hopefully the guys will listen to this on Friday.
well, I might try and pull my finger out of my backside, and I'll try and get this up a bit earlier for something different. Might try and get it up by Thursday night. Maybe some of them guys can listen to it coming down. I don't know. But look, we'll dive into that a little bit. So you've got some reports about I've just heard you on the phone out there before. You might have some reports about how much is coming down the river.
Yeah, there's a little bit just from a few of the trigger-trees and that, and a couple of the stockies around the place, and that they've said that there's a little bit coming down. It's nothing huge,
Yep.
but it's enough to fuck up a fishing comp or
A
two.
bass, yeah, righto.
And
Okay.
so
And look, on that note too, there's been some reports of some dead fish floating around.
we've got Coldstream, a little bit in South Arm, a couple of the drains, and really bad in Sporties.
Righto, yeah.
And Sportsman's copped it pretty hard this time. So
yeah, okay.
And I think last time it was Coldstream. So yeah.
Yeah, well, back in that 2022 one, it got quite bad actually. I think it was around Palmer's Browns Rocks area there at one stage as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Look, we have to remember that there wasn't as much water this time, but still may affect. And this brings up an interesting point about the drains, right? Is that the drains are there to potentially protect, obviously, land and property, right?
Yeah.
How, unfortunately, at some stage, them drains have got to be open.
Yes.
And they are going to have black water.
Yep.
And,
every time.
And that is the effect of it. Now, what do we do? Like, shark kills someone, we go cull the shark, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is not that anyone got killed, but I guess human life sometimes or human nature gets preserved, and this is a result of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So. And yeah, I think with what we've seen with this past flood along the north coast, I think it's really opened a lot of eyes to people.
Yeah.
And we might be seeing action, but I doubt it.
Look, I'd like to I'd like to see some scientific data around. It's probably the thing that I'd like to see. We've got I think there might have been something that was at Ozfish doing some sort of tracking thing there, but it'd be interesting to see historical data, because one thing that come to mind just thinking about this over the weekend when I just sit there and go into the oblivion of fourth. That sounded special.
You went deep.
Yeah. That's pretty much how my head's running at the moment. When I think about it, like, farming practices back 50, 60 years ago were pretty chemical heavy. And I'm not saying that they're not now, but there's usually a lot of things looked at to be a little bit more environmental friendly in them practices. So the question is, is that still plays a part of it? Is it all the extra levee work that we've done over the years, flood mitigation, that's contributed to this? I don't know. I'd love to see some science around it.
Yeah, fish kills have always happened. There's always been fish kills. Doesn't matter if you go back to 1870. There's reports of fish kills.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we have more chance of fish kills when we don't get that. We don't get that strong water movement. I feel like this dirty water's stayed around for a longer period of time compared to other floods.
Actually, yeah, that's right, and that's the one thing I took out of this flood was there was 72 hours where that water did not move.
No,
one iota. Never dropped, never got higher for 72 hours at least. So yeah, I see that as, maybe that does have something to do with that in that respect. Where the bigger ones, it's just in and out, but that one that went in and out real quick, like I said, down further. It was noted that there was some pretty bad fish kills around them places. So it may affect different areas at different heights of the flood as well. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything and I'm a scientist.
Nah.
But they're just some of the things that I've, seen over the years, I suppose. So anyhow.
But then the beautiful thing is Mother Nature's so bloody strong. She'll reboot back and
Of
she'll
course.
come back stronger and bigger than ever.
Of course, I think anything that we see here is that, after bushfires we have regrowth. It's a bit like floods. Some of these things have got to just happen to rejuvenate as well. And I think that's just the way it is. So
yeah, floods aren't bad, all bad things.
All right. So what else have we been up to?
Just work, functions, weddings, all that good stuff. Really enjoying it at the moment. Actually, had some really good functions and
right.
Got some really good feedback from.
So
people,
you like the wedding singer or
no, fuck no. No, I don't.
So you definitely do cook?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
definitely do cook.
That's all right. Yeah, okay. I guess what have I been up to? Well, the question is, that is the question. The answer is, I haven't really done a hell of a lot. Obviously, some preparation for this weekend's tournament was done. I know through the week. Just got to run a few tests on the battery there tomorrow. Hopefully, everything's all good there. And then young fella's birthday. So on the Sunday, we ended up having a birthday for the young fella and consumed a few chooks. And in the middle of that was when I was trying to talk to Nick around, everything happening in Texas. So that's pretty much been about me, which sort of leads us into the segue of the Bassmaster Classic. And
how good was it?
How good was it? Now, I don't know if I'm going to eat my own words here, but I definitely did mention we all want Carl to win. Full disclaimer, we always want Carl to win.
He's our boy.
But the betting Michael come out, and the betting Michael said Lee Livesey and Trey McKinney. And I don't know, I mentioned Trey McKinney in the last episode as well.
You did?
And yeah, so I was sort of like, I felt like I was sort of, I was going all right. But yeah, Mr. Easton got it done, didn't he?
Got it done.
And on the last day, like that was it the last fish?
I think so.
Yeah,
I honestly,
again.
Yeah.
On the last day, when you it looks like you sort of got it in the bag just to ice it, eh? Just to ice it. It was, what was it, about an 8-pounder?
Yep.
Yeah. Unreal.
806 maybe. But yeah. But not only that, but like look at Carl as well. Like
Carl done exceptionally well.
Like took 11th place and I'm not having a dig and not filling the bag for 2 of the days.
Yeah.
And still having quality.
Oh, man, imagine that. Imagine if he had his full bags for 3 days. That'd be bloody unreal.
Yeah. So, yeah, they do say everything's bigger in Texas, and they definitely proved it on the weekend.
Yeah, so I sort of was cruising around and having a look at a few things, and I'm sort of talking and typing on my phone, so people watching, apologies. But I just wanted to bring a few things up, or we seem to have, and I don't want to see this be what this podcast is about, where we are being detrimental about every little thing that's happening within tournaments, right? We're not them people. We don't want to be them.
We'll just talk about it.
But there's a few YouTube channels. Now we all know about Mr. Daft Punk. We've spoken about him a fair bit, and his fear of the world on things. But there was another guy, and I'll get this wrong, and his name was or channel was called. And I don't know if I want to give this guy some airtime. Maybe I won't, because I sort of found it like, mate, no one cares, but he's sort of, he's been, in my mind, I think he's being destructive around, the idea of bass. And look, everyone's got an opinion.
Yep.
And I'll always accept that. However, I think he just had a full carry on his channel. And like, just because you're a journalist for somewhere and did this, does that, doesn't make or give you the right, in my opinion, just to be a tosser.
No.
So what that was in relation to was more around he was hoping to get it, like, I think, a media access, which even I think P2 got one when he went over there. And they said, yeah, all good, and then they revoked it. So, and he jumped up and down about it. But I could see that was probably going to happen after going back through some of his channels,
I was about
some of
to
his
say,
episodes.
they probably were like, yep, yeah, no, sure. Went back, looked through, and they're like, oh, shit, we've made a bad decision here.
Yeah. I think so. But
And look, they have the right to do that.
Yeah.
If they invite you in or you get accepted in, it's a privilege.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
You can ask the hard questions and that, but you still got to be polite and adequate towards them. That's not just a comp for them. Bass is a business. They're there to make money and grow the sport. But
100%.
in the big thing, they're there to make money, and they don't want some knobby fucking on YouTube tarnishing them.
Look, to be frank too, mate, I don't know. I give Daft Punk some respect. He was a professional fisherman, so you got to take your hat off. To the guy, like he was in that space.
He has experience.
He has experience, but just don't dig the negativity around the whole scoping sort of stuff. And look, we've spoken about that on this podcast before, but things creep up every now and again. You just, in my opinion, we just park it there. But with this particular fella, I don't know if he was much of a fisherman. This bloke, you know what I mean? Like, he just seemed to be, how would you say it, like a couch spectator. He might be a weekend fisherman, I don't know, but he looks more like Life Bin at Norm, to be honest.
Probably a carp fisherman.
Carp fisherman? Yeah, righto. I apologise on behalf of all the carp fishermen.
all my European listeners, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, which is funny, like we've had, when having a look at analytics on this show, like it's amazing to see that, we do have some Americans and Canadians watching us, a couple of guys over in Europe and Japan. So shout out to you guys if you're listening. If you're listening now, thank you for your support and giving us the time of day to listen to Australian Aussie fishing crap. So
buckle wobble.
So anyhow, look, I'm just in what would you call this, like Bo's man cave here, right? And I'm looking. I'm seeing a lure over here. Is that a popper?
The Mazzy popper?
Is that a Massey? Is it?
Yeah, it's a Mazzy. Yeah.
Righto. I'm just trying to think what I'd like. I've got a similar popper that looks like that, and I'm trying to think what it's called. It's not a Mazzy. It's something else, but geez, it looks like it.
Yeah, no, you can't go past a Mazzy popper.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah, I love that lure. I probably don't use it enough like I used to. That lure used to do everything for me. And then I got in tournaments and I hadn't thrown it as much. So
there you go.
Probably why I suck now.
No, it's all good. Hey, look, for the people listening to, and hopefully some of the guys that are over in America are listening, can someone send us a message to let me know that Swano's alive? Because I've tried to message him once or twice, and I know what sort of mischief that man can get up to. So
I saw him I've seen him catch fish.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, there's a picture of him.
Okay, so
he's
he's still kicking around. He's not in jail or anything.
No,
that's really good.
I think that was last night actually, and they look good, mate. The smile says it all.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I've just been that busy. I've probably had like 5 minutes on social media the last, I don't know, day or two, really. I've just been pumped. So, okay, well, I'll have to have a look at them videos and go from there. So, anyhow, guys, look, we're coming into a bit of a segue of nothingness because we never really prepared anything for this particular show because we were hoping to have a yarn from some of the guys over in America. And like I said, it didn't work well, but when I tested that sort of stuff in Australia, and when I say tested it, I sent it through to my wife's phone. It worked really good, and I'm just trying to figure out why it wouldn't go overseas. But we think that
Probably Trump taxes.
yeah, Trump tax and King Jong Il's probably blocked a satellite or done something there. So, like I said, I do apologise for that. This will be a shorter show today. Due to all these other commitments that we've got going on at the moment, we might be a little bit pressed for time over the next couple of weeks, but we are going to try and make it happen. Just with school holidays, I'm going to be away for a little bit. You got some comps coming up as well, haven't you?
Hopefully.
If the weather's good.
Yeah, if the weather's good. Yeah.
So yeah.
So next weekend's meant to be the Bass Electrics on Clarence River, proudly sponsored by Crown and BCF. But with this little bit of water coming through, I might have to sort of deem it unsafe. Some people are going to jump up and down, but as a tournament director, I have a responsibility of everyone's safety and their boats. And yeah, sometimes the hard calls have got to be made. It won't be cancelled; it'll just be postponed because there's some big money to be up for grabs for this round. So
yeah, and you know, it's that's what it all comes back to is like the two things in my mind is fish safety and angler safety, and I think you know if the river's in a bit of a pressure like that as well, I don't know whether we want to run around stirring it up a little bit more from that side of it, and of course we don't want people. I suppose Bass Electrics is. I know you're still probably going to harm motors, but yeah, there's definitely damage that can still be done, or you could get tipped out. You could do a lot of things.
Yeah, and a lot more pressure on your batteries with current and all that as well. So there's a few things to weigh up.
You reckon you could get like a Tesla sponsorship?
Oh, there were actually on Marketplace the other day. There was like this full Tesla battery setup.
Yeah, right.
We got a bit of a group chat, and me and the boys sort of fucked around. Elon Musk from Temu.
Yeah, right. Well, let's be honest. His stocks have had a little bit of a dive lately. Mr. Trump sort of said it's a recession or the dive that they need to have, and he's without like rubbishing him too much, but sort of at the same time, he's looking after Umra, which is America. Fuck yeah. So
we need someone to do that to Australia.
Yeah, something like that. And what do we get? The budget where you say $5 a week. Well done.
Yeah,
good job. So anyhow, look at that. We're talking even politics now. We could have some really, really firm discussions here at the Two Pelicans. But look, we're not going to go down that track because
what are you going to do if you get me on the weekend? Let's go back to this because I'm excited. This is my first ever Brim Comp, ABT Bream Comp. I'm excited.
Well, I don't know. We're basically, I guess I've always taken ABT like without sounding like a rude dude. The focus, like I focus as in my fishing and where I fish and all like that. Sometimes though I can't help but try and get the boater involved, and it's sort of in your social fabric, I suppose, where at some stage just be like, man, just cast there, do that, or use this lure. And I've been in that position. I've been in a position as a boater, and I've done ordinary, and I don't think I've ever been back boated, but we've been on par a few times. And look, the rules are different now because it's only 3 for non-boaters, but it's one of them things where I've got the blinkers on probably for the first 3 or 4 hours of the day.
Yep.
And that's generally how I fish. And I think over the day, I sort of, what's the word I'd use? I nicely lighten up.
You relax.
Yeah. So I usually like bull out of the gates. And I know with Yamba and this tide that, I don't know, it's around about 9:30 tide, I think, from memory, 9:30, 10 o'clock high tide. That tide's going to be really crucial and will play a crucial role. So I don't know. I think there might be a little bit of hard work at the start of it.
Yep.
I just in my sort of feels that I had the other week, like the fish were slow to come on. And then obviously when that tide, like most fishing around the top of the tide, things sort of came on and it wasn't too bad. But with this extra water coming down, that is going to throw in another factor, because the last thing that we really want is that to happen in my mind, because it does have the ability to shut the bite down. Now, where that comes through, how high that's going to be, what that might look like, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I've got to go to Yamba tomorrow, catch up with the boys at Yamba Yamaha, have a yarn to them and see what they've been up to. I've been a bit slack. I've been over there for a few weeks, and probably stop in the Chook as well and get a couple of drinks. But look, I'll probably, while I'm over there, I'll just have a look at the water and just sort of see if I can get a bit of a feel for it. But anyhow, long story short, I think it's going to be congested. I think the fishing's going to be quite congested. And if someone can win it further, more than 5Ks up the river, I'll be surprised. I'll be very surprised. The only sort of thing that I think, which is a real possibility, and my fishing doesn't suit it, so it's not like I'm giving anything away here, is that the lake might be good. It might be good. I don't go up there. I'm not really much of the lake fisherman. People that probably come from down south will play into their hands. Yeah. I just generally don't go there, mainly because generally most of the time there's always fish sort of in all these other places, but given everything that's happened and the rain and all that I think it does play a factor. And I think the other thing that does, it brings in stuff for the northern anglers. So what I would say there, and look, everyone's seen my YouTube stuff. I'm pretty transparent bloke. So you see in all the videos what I do, where I fish. It's no surprise, but I think something that's in the back of my mind that I might go try is I might just go scratch around the canals there at some stage, because sometimes I do find that things can back up in that when that water's coming down the main. So by that I mean like the crystal waters back up to the lake area could potentially play a part in it. So
I do love Oyster Channel Bridge.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with the bridge.
No, there's nothing. And it's good too. Get a Dewey as well. Get some loins for the esky.
Yeah, that's right. You never know what you might catch at that bridge. You might actually catch a plug.
Yeah.
So, local legend. Don't know if many people know this, but apparently there was a cod that was caught there once, and it was that big that it was pretty much the plug of the Clarence Valley, and the water started running out the hole. Huge cod, massive. That's local legend anyhow. So, FYI.
He sits with the Black Panther.
Oh dear. But yeah, anyhow, look, I think unfortunately, and I'm not trying to write myself off here, but a little bit frustrating that we've had all this rain. Like I was hoping that we had no rain and it opened the river back up to Lawrence or South Arm.
Had like a perfect arena, like
what
we know the river can be.
Yeah. And basically that's taken away probably a little bit of my, I would call it, advantage. Like I said, I think it'd all be down the front. The people that come to these events know how to fish rock walls, understand tide flow, all that kind of stuff. So I guess the person that does that the best will obviously be in the top 10. So
I don't know. I think it's just going to be you get lucky on that rock wall. You pick a spot and some good fish come through.
Yeah, that's it. And I've been in comps over the years. It's a real interesting thing. Where they get onto the rock wall, where do they decide to feed on the rock wall? Let's just say there's 20 boats on it. Do they just go for the first 5 baits, or will they make it all the way through? Presentation, what they're using, what other bait is there? Like one thing is, I don't know how this is going to go, but you're trying to parallel crank. If there's like 15 boats just hung up there, you know what I mean? Like, fucking
that's
kiss
gonna
that
be-
goodbye,
yeah,
you know? Like,
there goes that.
yeah, and you know what? It's
That goes that quicker than a cranker crab.
yeah. So, it's going to be, unfortunately, it is what it is, and every angler's got to deal with it. It's not just me having to win.
But this is the cool thing about tournaments.
That's right.
It's always got a curveball. It's always got a challenge, something to think about. Like,
and everyone's affected by the same elements.
Yeah, and the beauty about this is, we're locals. We deal with a river that floods and all that, but it sort of plans out the playing field a little bit as well. I feel
Definitely has.
We can get into our own fucking heads and double donut.
Yep.
And then old matey's there doing a technique that we do every day of the week, but he was in a spot.
Yeah, that's right. And going from McLean as well, them guys have got the bangers on the back of them. They'll get the pick of the crop there really, and I suspect that they will not move most of the day. That's my gut feeling. They might find a piece of rock and just hold tight and see what happens. That's my gut feeling.
Yep. And can you really blame them with what we've got at the moment?
Yeah, that's right. And once again, that's how this all works. So, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know.
Good field. We're at.
Actually, where are we at? Let's have a squeeze. Once again, it's just sort of where the fish will get to in the river, or how far up they're willing to be on the chew, or if it's settled enough that you might be able to get a bag fish a little bit further upriver. But don't
shut out the reef at McLean. There's a mixed bag there.
Mixed bag.
If you're struggling, shoot back home.
The old reef at McLean.
There's a few. There's from reports of what I've been hearing. There's
right.
A fella got a jack there on Monday in the flood.
Nice.
So.
All right, while Bo's having a look, here we go.
Entry list. So we're down to Jesus Christ. We're
down to Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus. We're down to 43 boaters.
Oh, now there's a name, Mr. Luke Rogan. I reckon he listens to the show.
He was not there early this morning.
Who?
Luke Rogan. I don't think he was there this morning.
Oh, right. He's put in today. Yeah. No. Cool.
And that.
Look, couple of Brim names in there. Oh, Big T.
Big T's in. Yeah.
Big T. Love your work, Big T.
I saw him in there. And you want to know something? He's probably has the best record of putting his nonnies onto a top 10 and a wooden trophy.
I will agree with that. Oh, look, I can see your name down there now with Tyson.
Yeah. We won't mention Tyson.
Sorry.
No.
Well, you're still a bit dirty after last Basscom, is that why?
Just everything he's been doing at the moment's fucking turning to gold. Like, he can throw
Jewfish captures?
Oh, he'd throw a bloody PhD in the toilet and fucking pull one out at the moment. I'm fucking sick of it. Go there, fucking 6 hours. Can't use me knife the next day because shoulders are sore, and he's got sore shoulders from holding Jewfish up the prick.
Righto. So I guess one of the things about the ABT, the round sponsors Atomic. Now, I think I might have made a comment there the other week about maybe not as much stuff coming into the tournaments, and well, you know what? Atomic's just proved me wrong, made me look like a mud gudgeon. So basically, for the Clarence ABT round, what are you going to get, Bo?
Easily about $250, probably a little bit more worth of Atomic gear. So
amazing.
Mate, like and this is for boaters and non-boaters. So like a boater.
This is everyone.
This is everyone. So
how good's that?
What a non-boater's $150 entry and a boater's $275.
Yep.
So like you're pretty much getting your money back just in Atomic tackle, and the guys from Atomic have gone above and beyond. Like they're giving you 3 cranks, a shallow crank, a deep crank, and a deep crank. So nice. All bases covered.
Yep.
Considering with what we're fishing at the moment,
probably looking like that.
Probably going to be a lure that's going to be a winning lure.
Then
now,
also, hang on. Now they mentioned also, I might have heard it somewhere that I think it's like if you take a picture and you've put it on an atomic crank,
Correct. Yeah.
product?
Any
Any
atomic
product was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lure.
I think we've got that right. Is that there might be a draw of about a couple going back in to get their entry fee back.
Get their entry paid back for them too.
So on top of the $275, say, you could get your entry fee back.
Yeah, it's a pretty cheap weekend.
It's a great weekend.
And like these guys don't have to do this, but they love the sport
How
as much
good's
as
that?
as
Yeah,
much
yeah,
as we
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Love giving back. So
100%.
Atomic Froglies Offshore, huge shout out to you guys.
Yeah. Hey, look, what we just mentioned 275, and I did stop you at hard bodies, but what else are they going to get?
So you're going to get a
Ooh, I
choice.
wobbled the camera there.
There's going to be you're going to get probably not a choice of rod, but there's going to be 2 rods up for option. One's a 7'1" one piece, 1 to 5 pound, and the other one is a 7'10" 2 piece, and same poundage, 1 to 5 pound. So.
And they're predominantly hard body sort of rod. Is that the gist of it?
That's
Throw them atomic cranks.
Yeah, that 7'1", I was sort of thinking that might even be a nice surface lure. Surface lure rod, send a nice little surface pop out.
Yep.
Away you go. And they're also going to throw in some 3 to 4 pound line as well. Pretty much you've got a whole setup for the weekend. Bring yourself a reel, spool it up.
Yes,
you're ready to go.
It's a bit like the old Gamakatsu team series days, but it's ABT rounds. So,
and we all know, for some reason, sponsor karma in ABT is a real thing. So.
Yeah, and I actually believe that it could be won quite easily on an atomic crank this weekend. There's no doubt in my mind.
I'd actually love to see it.
Yeah.
Come out of that price pack. I know. Yeah. I know it's happened a few times.
Yep.
And yeah, Atomic have done the right thing by us and supporting us.
Yep.
I'd love to see a little bit of support come back in that comp.
100%. And yeah, look, shout out to Froglies, Mick and the crew. That's just a super thing that you're doing, and I think anyone that's going to go fish that comp's really going to appreciate that.
It's not a small field.
Shout out, well done, guys.
It's not a small field. There's going to be like 80 combos getting
handed out. So. But still, it's just a massive feat. But look, talking about sponsors, it's now ready for us to play one of our other sponsors here at the Two Pelicans podcast.
Hey, P2.
Hey, mate, what's up?
Mate, now that I've got this boat here and I've got the electronics on the way, I'm going to need some fishing gear.
Mate, you can't look flash in that new rig without some new fancy fishing gear.
I know.
Mate, I can only recommend one thing. I would head over to the Dire Australia website, mate, and make yourself a little bit of a wish list and then head into your local tackle store and see if those legends can get it in. Because if there's one thing I know, mate, Dire Australia, they have it all. Whether you want a brand new rod, a nice new shiny reel, or some new line to go on it, then you're going to need some tackle, of course. They have it all. Dire Australia is your one-stop shop, and the big supporters here, Two Pelicans podcast.
And that, but yeah, no, there's some good nonnies in there. We've got Cameron Hall in there.
Cameron, come on, you could have boated.
No, he's
no?
actually, I'll back.
You know something?
He's had a few boat issues again.
Oh, okay.
But good news is he's got something in the
Fair
pipework,
enough, mate.
which probably that won't happen again. I'll let you break that news, Hawley. And another bit of a local legend as well that I saw up here is Matty Cameron.
Matty.
Also Frogley Atomic Boy himself.
When are you going to boat, Matty?
Oh, he could.
Of course he could.
But plus he's got a little Stacer 30. That's probably not the best.
Hang on. I've seen another name in there that's running around with a little Stacer.
Who's that?
Nige.
Oh, is Nige there?
Did I see Nige's name as a boater?
Oh,
I did see it somewhere, surely.
There it is.
Hey.
Big Nige.
There we go.
And Tegan Tags as well.
Tags,
he's a legend.
Tags doesn't miss many much on his home rivers, and he will be hard to beat. There's no doubt about that.
He'll know where they're sleeping and farting.
Yeah. No, there's a few guys there. Good to see Pete Brook will come up all the way from Vicky. He's pretty dangerous as well.
Yeah, good on him, not being scared.
Yeah. But anyhow, I think I might have seen Matt's Fatafay fishing before the day before the pre-fish ban.
I did see some nice, but there was some boys that did sneak out.
There was another boat there. I didn't quite realise.
on that.
The old horn dog, he's having a crack.
Yeah, he'll be boogieing around in the black boat.
Boogieing around, yeah.
And that Blake O'Grady, he'd another
Blake,
good fella.
he won't. He will definitely turn up and smash them.
Yeah, but yeah, great field.
I think it's go back down and Steve Wilson. So yeah, look, there's a bit of a mix of everyone there. So
yeah, quite a few local fellas in there as well on boater and non-boater. So
yeah, I'd say where's the rest of the local fellas? But anyhow, won't put too much shit on you guys. But there's a few guys like Rascal. I thought you would put your entry in, mate. If you listen to this.
Yeah, no, I thought there would have been a few as well, but a couple of them were also booked in
for that bass.
For the bass thing and that. Yeah. They'll polish their boats this weekend and get ready for next fortnight, and hopefully the river's good for State of Origin.
Okay, yeah. So there's been a fair bit of action on the Clarence River, isn't there?
Oh,
so
mate,
State of Origin a fortnight.
Yep.
There you go.
So literally the last 4 weeks on the river would have been a comp.
Yeah. At the time, that probably doesn't need it. But anyhow, we won't get into that. Okay, so that's what's that one? That's that
QFFT.
QFFT. Thank you. And with that, do they do a points thing with that, or as in?
Yep. So it's the State of Origin is the best of 3 rounds, and I believe it is Clarence River, Korakai, and.
So 2 weeks' time.
I know, damn in Queensland.
Yeah, righto. So in 2 weeks' time, that means, would that be school holidays?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yep. First week school holidays.
Okay. Now.
Throws a spanner in the works with all the silly ski boats on the river.
Yeah. There isn't that time for a log. There's one there. Anyway, moving on. Well, what do we got here? There was one thing that I wanted to touch base and have a yarn to you about, actually.
Yeah.
And haven't run this past you at all. Just wanted to basically just pull it out of my ass, really.
Yeah. Shoot.
And I'm just going to find it. You talk about something else while I'm doing this.
Righto. Well, as we know, we had our Daiwa pack up for grabs for YouTube, and we might announce the winner.
All right. So, yes. So while I've been running around the countryside, you've actually done the draw.
Done the draw and that. Mm-hmm. And the fella is at...
The fella.
That's Australian. At Luke Novak, 30 degrees.
Luke Novak, 30 degrees. You are the winner.
So
bring that over here, just so you can see it, because obviously you've been watching YouTube. It's a bit shiny and bright there. The Daiwa Bait Junkie pack, I think it's got about maybe 6 or 8 plastics in there and a couple of packets of jig heads.
And a golf ball.
And a golf ball. So the golf ball is of significant meaning to old P2, because he just decided to put that in there for us. So
he may even sign it for you at the 50th if you come.
Yeah, that's it. So anyhow, I'm just going to go down. One thing I want to talk about over the last couple of days, and we followed this on the podcast as well, is that the Team Australia for the Bass World Championships, I think they've been fully announced now.
Yep.
Okay.
All the guys have been announced.
All right. Let's just go through and have a look at this. They've put some stuff, they put some nice reels together, but if you're epileptic, don't look at it. You might have a fit. Gotta love social media, haven't we? All right, so we're just going to scroll. I'm getting back now.
So captain is
Mr. Risky.
Yep, Chris Hickson.
Right. I'm just getting all the way back here.
Vice captain is the... I don't want to say it, but Ronald McDonald, love child.
Yeah.
Mitch Cone himself.
Coney, the tractor man.
Yeah, the angry
Good
ninja.
on you, mate. We've got Mick Johnson. Yep. We've also got Braden. Shoot. Now, did Braden...
Babyface assassin.
Now, let's just do some comparisons here. Did he fish last year?
Yes.
Okay. We'll move on. And we're rolling through.
Fished with Mick Horn.
Who?
Him and Mick Horn fished together.
Mick Horn.
Oh, no, Mick Johnson.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yep.
Horn dog would loved him.
Yep, Langers is obviously in there.
Yep.
And Tommy's back for another stint.
Yeah, team mascot. Every team needs a mascot. I say that with all due respect.
Actually, where is this championship at this year? Is it USA?
No, it's South Africa, isn't it? Because
yes.
last person
who
is in there,
Yep.
I actually don't know a lot about.
No, well, this is what I was going to ask you about.
He has previously performed in there. I think this is his second or third.
So I'm going to get this right. Dave Boyack.
Boyack.
Dave, I hope we pronounced your name right. If not, give us a yell.
Yeah.
Righto. So he is heading back. Okay. So yes, obviously he's a South African.
I think he's lived over there.
Right.
He's an Aussie that lives over there, and that.
Wouldn't be any link from the hide-up guys there, or
I don't know.
There you go. I'm just trying to put two and two together.
I was actually going to message young boy Elion and be like, "Is this a relation to you or something?"
And yeah, maybe the boys from the Bass World Championship team can maybe give us a bit of an update there. Might try and get them on the show. Might even try and get one of the boys on the show to have a yarn, and because I think last year they done exceptionally well with raising money to get over there, and I have every single sort of knowledge that they'll be trying to do that same thing again. And here at the Two Pelicans, we're here to harbour that sort of help where we can. If we'll try and get onto them guys and have a bit of a yarn to them in the future, I think, and
I'm sure we'll definitely be giving them plenty of plugs on the way.
Yeah. I mean, they come really close last year. I think it's a massive feat as well. Like we're looking at what's going on over in the States. We've got some guys over there representing. It can only go up and on from here, and hopefully, if anything, too, it grows the sport back here. Okay, it goes back to grassroots a little bit. The next generation watching it coming through. I think when you hear things like Carl and Tommy that are over there now, they watch these snippets from all them years ago and go, I want to do that. And then they sort of link up with people through their career. Credit to them guys as well. But they get themselves into position where, they can go and take it to that next step. And doing and having things like this is in a grass or back at a grassroots level. It's to harbour the next generation is super, super important. So well done, guys.
Keep good work up.
That's it. Oh, that shook. It just went nearly straight through me there. All right. Anything else that you want to bring into light?
No, mate. I'm just excited about doing this for my first Brim comp. I don't know. I just feel really relaxed. Usually for a bass comp or anything, I'm like,
that's good because I'm fucking stressing out.
I'm just like, I'm going fishing. Going fishing.
Yeah. Nah, look, talking about the head noise and that too, like I said, it's from my point of view, it's more around, all the lot of nooks and crannies have been taken out of me, which is good. It makes it a fairer playing field. And not that I'm saying that I would have went well, but
it's nice to have them.
It's nice to have them in your back pocket when you need them or if you need them. So, anyhow, I'm just fingers crossed the river fishes as good as it does. I put a reel up through the week on my own channel, just thinking like, man, I haven't done one of these for like a couple of years. So, and I feel it, it's funny, like you haven't done it for a couple of years, and just the tournament mindset that I think you got to have. I think it's missing for me a little bit at the moment, but maybe a couple of comps that'll sort of just snap me into gear a bit more.
I reckon once you get to that briefing,
things
there'll be a change.
Yeah, no, actually sort of worked out. Hopefully with a couple of boys, we're going to go down and have a sneaky can at the Lawrence Tavern after the briefing. So
nice.
Yeah, and anyhow, that'll be good. But mates, look, I think we've probably covered everything that we've done today. To our listeners, I do apologise. Like I said, we had to make something happen on the Sunday there. It was in the middle of my young fella's birthday. I just said to my wife, look, I need half an hour. I've got to go. You know what I mean? So it's not like I wasn't trying to deliver some stuff there. I really wanted to.
We will have those people on. There'll be a great yarn, a great chat.
Yeah. And just from that and the follow on from work, it's just been super hectic. I'm actually starting to sound like P2, which is disturbing. But anyhow, that's sort of with the technology as well too. He'd be proud of that. I fucked it up, so I'm getting back on his level. But look, guys, I think we'll wrap that up here. Like I said, we will get some more stuff to you in the near future. We're going to be a little bit busy the next 2 weeks, unless fishing gets cancelled everywhere, which is possible.
I know you could be holding a wooden trophy next week.
Oh, mate,
Like,
that'd be
sitting right
nice.
here.
That would be nice. Yeah, if that does happen, that will be front and center. But
we'll go for badges. We'll see if two pelicans.
Yeah.
Two pelicans can get two badges.
Couple of back to backs there. Yeah, a couple of firsts. That'd be really really good. So, but likewise, anyhow, guys, you have been listening to the Two Pelicans podcast. I'm Mick.
I'm Bo.
And we are the Two Pelicans.
Clock out.
Clock out.